Do you have concrete cracks you need to fill? Today we are going to demonstrate the DAP concrete filler. These polymeric dry fillers are so much easier to use. Stick around in the video. We're going to fix this crack here, and then we're going to fix a very tight, narrow crack after this one. DAP is one of the most trusted names when it comes to caulks and sealants. I love it for this type of patch. It is so easy. There's no intimidation factor at all. You need the polymeric concrete sealer, any kind of water source, and in this case it even came with the safety gloves. Check the video description for the link down below. Not sponsored content. This product has zero shrinkage factor. It will dry hard. It'll be a pretty good color match. I've done similar repairs before. You simply snip off the tip to the desired opening. Now, if you have loose material in your cracks, you do want to remove that first. You can sweep it out. You can use compressed air. We also have a little chunk here of concrete to remove. And then you're simply going to fill the crack. Now, if it's a very wide or deep crack, you want to patch something in there first. It could be backer rod, cut down a swimming pool noodle, any material to fill the gap. Now, this product says it will fill all the way up to 1/2 inch gaps. That's pretty impressive, 1/2 inch gaps. And on the manufacturer's instructions, it says if you need to fill more than 1/2 inch crack gap, you actually can do that. You just have to work it up in layers and wet the product as you go. There is an advantage over these dry polymeric concrete patches over the wet. The traditional wet concrete crack fillers, you have to sometimes grind the crack wider. You have to be real careful with your application. These are much more forgiving. These are easier for a do-it-yourselfer to apply. Now here you simply want to work the product into the cracks and crevices. You can use your finger, you can use a paintbrush, a broom, anything you want. Okay, next you're just simply going to mist the crack. Start with just a misting bottle, and then eventually you can come back with a garden hose. We'll let that set up for a little bit, and then we'll come back and re-wet it. Now, this small concrete crack, traditionally if you're using the liquid fillers, you would have to get out the grinder, grind that crack wider, then clean that off with compressed air. It's a whole 3-step process, kind of a pain in the butt. The dry patches, concrete fillers, will be small enough to get down into those grooves. So I'm just gonna drop it in that crack. You could use like a metal straight edge. You could use an old credit card, something like that, to sweep it into the crack as well. Okay, we're just going to work it into that joint. Okay, where it's a little bit low, I'm going to fill it back up. After it gets wet, it will harden. I have a previous crack that I've filled with a similar product, and we've driven over it for months now, and it's holding up really, really good. Okay, now let's just give it a little bit of a wet. So I like to start really simple with a little mister. You can eventually go to a garden hose. Okay, while we're waiting for this product to cure, let's get back to patch number 1 and see how that's going. Okay, hopefully you can see that the product is setting up very nicely. It's a very similar color match to the older concrete that was here. I see a little tiny hole there. I might come back and add a little more product there to patch that one up. But this will cure very nicely and be an excellent patch. Now, patching concrete cracks, there's a couple reasons. One, it seals the crack, of course, so you don't get freezing water down in there. If water gets in there and aggravates your cracks, they will deteriorate at a faster rate, especially if you live in a frost zone. 2, they look better. Filling all your concrete cracks will look closer to the original concrete and look a lot better. Hey, this is not a sponsored video, but I did find the DAP crack filler product super easy to use. Let me know if you have tried it or if you're planning to try it. The link is in the video description down below or in the pinned comment. Okay, so now this crack is sealed. I'm going to come back for a few more layers of the moisture. I don't like the garden hose on these kind of crack fills. It's just too much water, so I just like the gentle mister. And over time, you will see the product hardens very effectively. It holds up very, very well. Could not be an easier product to apply. Solves a lot of problems. Hey guys, I know you got this. You can do this yourself. I'll see you next week.